Let's explore how meditation could be the missing ingredient to our emotional stability. This evening's lesson is drawn from my adaptation of the 15th passage of Tsa Paltrul Rinpoche's Heart Treasure of the Enlightened Ones. Let's chant. Whoever you see is not human but a fraud. Whatever people say is not right but just lies. So since these days there is no one you can trust, you had better live alone and stay free. Cats are awesome. They're gonna look you in the eye as they knock your prized possessions off the etagere, only to shatter upon the hardwood floor below. People can be great, but they can also be flaky, incompetent, and cruel. There's nothing wrong with living with cats, there's nothing wrong with associating with humans, but do so with eyes wide open. Know what you're getting into, and have your coping mechanisms on standby. To paraphrase one of the late tutor of the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet, whose name was Dilgo Khyentse, if meditation doesn't help us with our emotions, then what good is it? So I look forward to playing with meditations that are going to help you to cope after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. Gotta push the right button in the right sequence or it just looks at me funny. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I spent more than 8 hours a day every day, studying, practicing, reverse engineering, and mastering the teachings and techniques of each sect of Buddhism so that you would not have to. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. The name of this evening's text is Chenre Zig's Easy Dzogchen. Dzogchen is just a fancy word for meditation from Tibet. And Chenre Zig is known in Sanskrit as Avalokiteshvara and can be translated into English as kind gaze. And rather than superstitiously viewing this individual as a deity to be worshipped, it's more empowering to view this image as an archetype representing our capacity to master the path of love and letting go. Our pattern of practice tonight is going to be flipping and flopping between mantra meditation and silent meditation, so it just makes sense to review the meaning of the mantra. Together, let's chant. Om I invoke love's wish of heading morning jewel, and letting goes purifying pain be lotus whom may all beings master this path. Our first practice is known in Tibet as Lama Khyena, which could translate as calling the Lama as if from afar. When we look at this figuratively, it is an act of energy work that sows the seeds for us to practice bliss and letting go, which is known by many names, including Completion Stage Tantra, Bindu Mahamudra, Anu Yoga, and Tikle, which translates as drop, which is short for channels, winds, and drops. This is also considered, and this exercise also falls under the heading of Tantra Alpak or New Ngondro. So here's the secret to truly effective mantra meditation. During the inhalation, silently and mentally recite this bit in italics. Recite it passively, allowing the subconscious to do the heavy lifting. During your exhalation, physically relax as best you can, while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Over the next 4 exercises, we're going to treat the next 4 silent exercises as a path of 4 steps leading to the mastery of mindfulness and meditation. Let's begin with the concept of mindfulness. Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, whether we mean to or not, we are accessing our sympathetic nervous system, ensconced not within the 3-pound supercomputer between our ears. It is found in the thoracic region of our spinal cord. It has not evolved to support either extreme of mind blanking or active concentration, but instead to simply notice, and to do so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. This vulnerability is exemplified by the meditation archetype described in Sanskrit as Samantabhadra, Samantabhadri, Karma Mudra. Their nudity reminds us of the vulnerability latent within mindfulness. Now, we've talked about not actively concentrating. Then what do we do with the breath? We treat the breath the way a piano student treats a metronome. As we notice ourselves breathing in, we silently and mentally recite, perceiving this very turbulent play of mind, following the advice of Tukul Tandap. As we exhale, we follow the advice of Chagdud Tulku and silently and mentally recite, relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature. We turn our attention now to the outer preliminary practices known in Sanskrit as Sutra Alpak, or which could be described or which could also be described in Tibetan as Do Ngondro. Let's chant. Those who tread the path of Yang use the awareness of stress to frighten us into an analog of morality. But upon this path of Yin, the awareness of stress fuels our empathy. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. In the Christian Bible, specifically 2 Corinthians 7:11, the phrase "good grief" is coined. There are a lot of people who say, my mental health won't allow me to think about the genocides going on, 3 separate genocides going concurrently at this moment. And those are the words of privilege. Allowing us, or giving ourselves permission to feel others' sympathetic pain is the price of being a good person. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. One moment, if you please. Let us consider meditation. Every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we are accessing our parasympathetic nervous system, also found in the spinal cord ensconced within the lower lumbar region, as well as the tippy top of the cervical region. It evolved to support both physical relaxation as well as mental release. During the next several inhalations, we could silently and mentally recite sitting tall, reminding ourselves to generate a vertical traction between our tush and our crown. During our exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite, what's the word I'm looking for? Relaxing. Oh, yes. So let's explore this mindfulness figuratively. Every time we exhale, every time we relax into our exhalation, whatever we noticed during our previous inhalation, you begin to feel as if it was as non-graspable as a vast empty void. What's the real world example of a non-graspable vast empty void? How about the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although could be tantalizing to the eye, is not graspable to the hand? Perhaps that is why this meditation archetype, known in Tibet as Kuntuzang Po, Kuntuzang Mo, Yabyum, is depicted as comprised of light, translucent, and non-graspable. Live long and prosper. Let's hit copy and go to the left. And hit paste and Sully Forest. Together. Those who tread the path of hang use the awareness of interdependence to frighten us into an analog of morality. But upon this path of yin, the awareness of causality fuels our empathy. Let's take it from the word but. But upon the path of yin, the awareness of causality reminds us that our love heals. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Aha, let's see here. 14. Let's try to remember that. Let's talk about love. Oh, that reminds me of a Led Zeppelin song. Anyway, let's talk about love. When we make a mistake of concentrating and contemplating, we wind up getting super cranky. And then we try to use more concentration and more contemplation to generate love, but it just creates more crankiness. Here's the great irony. When we replace concentration with mindfulness and contemplation with meditation, our blood normally, our blood no longer collects at our amygdala, and instead collects in and around our anterior cingulate gyrus, just a few centimeters from our forehead, the seat of empathy. It has been said that the highest love is spontaneous and uncontrived. Perhaps that is why this meditative archetype known as the all-good father and mother are depicted as beautiful. During our inhalation, let us silently and mentally recite and notice this. And during our exhalation, let us silently and mentally recite, relaxing. Together. Those who tread the path of being who see awareness of impermanence who frighten us into an analog of morality. But upon this path of being, the awareness of impermanence rules our wisdom of letting go. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. This also ties in directly to this evening's lesson. Your cat might love you this moment and hiss at you the next. Your sweetheart or your pal may be wonderfully considerate today and a flake tomorrow. If we build our peace on relying on others, we are setting ourselves up for defeat. Doesn't mean we need to hide from others. Just know that their kindness isn't permanent, their cruelty isn't permanent, their consideration isn't permanent, their inconsideration isn't permanent. You always keep your coping techniques nearby. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Whoops, that was a boo-boo. Let's try that again. Consider the active manner in which this gal, the color of a cumulus cloud, sports in tantric union. It reminds us of the superiority of spontaneity to contrivance. Now consider the passive manner in which her partner enjoys tantric union. This reminds us that the highest spontaneity is not scattered, but centered. As we inhale, let us silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this. As we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease, which functions as a synonym of relax. When our choices, utterances, and deeds flow from the effortless effort of love's centered spontaneity, our life could feel as if it was as blissful as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, or Pure Land, or Vati, or perhaps a paradise painted by Maxfield Parrish. Together, let's chant. Those who tread the path of being use the awareness of the preciousness of all meditation opportunities to frighten us into neurotic diligence. But, oopsie. THIS. Together. But upon this path of union we joyfully profane the effortless effort of love-centered spontaneity. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Okay, here we go. Copy. Paste. What am I looking for? Let's go over here and hit paste. Let's hit cut. And go all the way back here. And hit paste. And let's meditate. Having chanted the mantra 32 times, let us now watch the play of mind as silently and mentally we recite this, and relax into its non-graspable nature as silently and mentally we recite ease. Let us turn now to the inner preliminary practices known in Sanskrit as Tantra Alpak and in Tibet, which could be described in Tibetan as Gyu Ngondro. Let us, in our empathy, having noticed the stress in our lives and the stress in others' lives, our empathy yearns to free all from the tyranny of craving and clinging and hating. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Copy. And paste. It is lovely that we wish to free others from the tyranny of hating and craving and clinging. How are we going to make that happen? How are we going? By mastering the Buddha's Eightfold Path. And how do we do that? By relying upon the Buddha's instructions and example and students. Doing so is referred to metaphorically. Each of those three things are referred to metaphorically as the three wish-fulfilling jewels. Om Mani Mimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Mimi Yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us watch the play of mind as silently and mentally we recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation, and let us relax into mind's non-graspable nature as silently and mentally we recite the verb ease during each exhalation. Rather than squander our time and our energy in defensiveness, how much wiser could it be to use those same commodities to learn from our mistakes? Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Welcome to this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. During our inhalation, we can silently and mentally recite this bit in italics. Our only job is to silently and mentally recite these words, allowing our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. During our exhalation, we can physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us watch the play of mind. During each inhalation, as silently and mentally we recite the demonstrative pronoun this. Let us relax into mind's non-graspable nature. During each exhalation, as silently and mentally we recite the one-syllable verb ease. The path of greed leads not to peace. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Let us practice an exercise known in Sanskrit as Guru Yoga and in Tibetan as Lama no Jor. It is another bit of the old energy work that is going to help us to practice bliss and letting go, which is known by many names, including completion stage tantra, Bindu Mahamudra, Anu Yoga, and is known in Tibet sometimes as by the nickname of Tikle, which translates into drop, which is short for the longer phrase channels, winds, and drops. It is also a component of the preliminary practices known in Sanskrit, which can be described in Sanskrit as Tantra Alpak, or in Tibetan is Yu Ngodro. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Let's see here. I'm going to hit paste. I'm going back over here, and I'm going to move this to an earlier part of the sadhana. Please bear with me. Home. Paste. Copy. Excellent. Let us bring the experience of the four bases of mindfulness: the circumstantial, the physical, the interpersonal, and the mental, into the conventional path of love and letting go. Because it's conventional, it is love that is emphasized. And this is known also by many names, including generation or creation stage, Tantra Mahamudra, Mahayoga, or Tokal, wherein we leap over jealousy. Let's chant. May all minds of all beings now be as peacefully wise as the mind of the Buddha of law symbolized by Atikle, one third of Buddha Zero Bisha Mantra. Om mani bimi yung, 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 om mani bimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Having chanted the mantra 32 times, let us watch the play of mind during each inhalation as silently and mentally we recite this. Let us relax into mind's non-graspable nature as during each exhalation we silently and mentally recite ease. Together. May all relationships of all beings know be as joyfully loving as a real Hura imagined Buddha's communication symbolized by the six audible mantra. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. I'll be right back. Woof. Thank you for your patience. Together. May all bodies of all beings so enjoy the beautiful health depicted in Buddhist thought. Of the blissful body of a Devi or Yedama floor and knock type of enlightenment such as raising. Om Mani Bimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Bimi Yung. Om Mani Bimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Bimi Yung. Om Mani Bimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Bimi Yung. Om Mani Bimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Bimi Yung. Let us watch the play. Let us watch the play of mind and relax into its non-graspable nature. Welcome to this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question, about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them. Simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. On the next page, we're going to, before we chant the mantra during the inhalation, we're going to silently and mentally recite a very concise and cryptic wish. On this page, the prior page, we're going to chant a lengthy version of the same wish to kind of reverse engineer or decode the similes. So we wish, we perform something. So the second fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path is sometimes described as wishing love. It exercises the neural pathways responsible for empathy, kind of like push-ups or sit-ups. We use figurative language, and although it can be daunting, it is necessary because we evolved to think symbolically. And the cunning use of figurative language can really get at the deeper recesses of our mind. It's not our job to actively visualize or emote or believe. If all we do is silently and mentally recite these words in harmony with our breathing, the subconscious will do the heavy lifting for us. Together. May all circumstances or lots of all beings to have the good fortune or boon, as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land of Avanti. Om Mani Bimi Yung, 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 Om Mani Bimi Yung. For this evening's final 4 exercises, let us bring the experience of the 4 bases of mindfulness, this time into the ultimate path of love and letting go, where it is letting go that is emphasized. Again, this is known by many names, including generation or creation stage. Tantra Mahamudra, Mahayoga are Tokal's leap over pride. Let us chant. As we inhale, we can notice all minds, perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings quite clearly. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as not graspable or void as a real or imagined bija seed suitable of light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Together. As we inhale, the interpersonal experience of communication or speech could sound quite resounding. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel as non-graspable or void as a real or imagined mantra of light. Om mani mimi yung, 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 om mani mimi yung. Om mani mimi yung, om mani mimi yung, mani me me yung, oh 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 mani me me yung. Om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung, om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung, om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung, om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung. Om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung, om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung, om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung, om mani me me yung, oh mani me me yung. Welcome to the remainder of this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, type your question in great detail in the chat window. So, the key to really making mantra meditation work is during the inhalation to silently and mentally recite, in this case, the union of the wisdom of letting go and our experience of the physical. This is really cryptic, and so we kind of decode it with the chant on the previous page. Please join me. As we inhale, our bodies, our forms could feel quite sensual. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable or what is a real or imagined octopoiodom of light. So during our inhalation, we recite the synopsis of that, all forms felt yet void like yadam. During our exhalation, we physically relax as best we can while striving to chant these 12 syllables 4 times per breath. Om mani me me yung, 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 om mani me me yung. Om mani me me yung, 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 om mani me me yung. Om mani me me yung, 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 om mani mimi yung, om mani mimi yung. 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 Having chanted the mantra 32 times, let us relax. Let us watch the play of mind as silently and mentally we recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation. Let us relax into the non-graspable nature of mind as silently and mentally we recite the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation. Together. As we inhale, lots of circumstances could appear quite vivid. Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable or void as a real or imagined paradise or vati of light. Om mani mimi yung, om mani mimi yung. 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 This is our final silent meditation of the evening, so please make it count. $62. that to seal this evening's practice with the love that wishes for the universal mastery of Buddha's Eightfold Path. May all master the Dingu and love as well as master kind communication, conduct, and calmness. May all master the effortless effort of love-centered spontaneity, as well as master mindfulness and meditation. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10.5 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early meditation class and group practice. Oopsie, feel a sneeze coming on. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.